Hey, how's it going everyone? This is the Anime Man. So I've seen a lot that this particular trope in anime that has kind of been getting more and more popular recently is starting to attract a lot of people. That trope being a yandere. Now if you guys don't know what a yandere is, it is a trope in anime. It is a characteristic of a character mostly found in anime that refers to a character who is crazy about someone else, often literally and violently. Now a textbook example of a yandere that you guys may or may not know if you guys have watched the series Mirai Nikki or Future Diary is the main heroine Yuno Gasai. Now look, she can be really cute at times. I mean, look at this gif. Like, boo. But a trait of a yandere, as said in the definition before, is that they can get quite violent, especially when it comes to a person that they care about. And so, Yuno Gasai may look cute at first, but then when she goes yandere mode, she turns into something like this. Yeah, not so great now, right? Now, yandere is a Japanese term combining the words yanderu, meaning sick, and dere, meaning to snuggle, to be loved. So it's a person pretty much that really loves a person, really loves another character, but isn't afraid to cut a bitch if they get too close. In English, that's called a psychopath. I mean, these are people that scientists and psychologists study about. They're a different breed of human. Cracraeus bichorus. But I've noticed that even among my friends and just on the internet in general, there are a lot of people who find these yanderes attractive. So I wanted to explore this question. Why do people find yanderes attractive? Now, one thing that a lot of people forget about yanderes is that they are unisexual. In other words, there are male yanderes out there. Although they are a rare breed of yandere, they do exist. A perfect example is Creed from Black Cat. That guy's a crazy motherfucker. But when we say yandere, a lot of people instantly think of female yandere characters. Of course, Yuno Gasai is a textbook example, but there are also other examples of yanderes such as Sonozaki Shion from Higurashi. So since male yandere characters are such a rare breed, we're going to focus on the female yandere characters, the more common yandere characters. So why do guys find these kinds of girls attractive? Now, don't get me wrong, I personally find yanderes attractive too. And so I was kind of questioning myself when I was trying to answer this question. Like, why do I find yandere girls attractive? Now, of course, some of you guys were like sitting there probably thinking, no, I don't like yanderes, Joey. They're psychopaths, they're fucking cray-cray. And to be honest, that's an actual sane way of thinking about it because, you know, if you were to say have Yuno Gasai as a real life person out there, you wouldn't want anything to do with them. They're psychopaths. They're fucking crazy, right? So why do they suddenly get attractive when they are anime characters? Now, of course, there is no definitive answer to why people find yanderes attractive. Of course, different people have their different ways of thinking about it, but there are a few possibilities that I'm going to lay out for you. Now, the first possibility, which I think is probably the simplest way to kind of clean up this question, is that people have fetishes based on tropes that yanderes have. Yandere characters can be really dismissive, they can be really dominant in the relationship, and so there are people out there who get into some crazy shit like bondage and BDSM. Yeah, I know, it's awkward to say, but they exist, guys. And so those kinds of people with those submissive, dominant type of fetishes such as bondage and BDSM can easily get into girls that are like this because they can see that yanderes who not only bring violent nature towards other people through jealousy, but also to their own lover just because they want to keep them as themselves. They're really overprotective. They see these yandere characters and be like, oh yeah, she's the only person who can do this kind of crazy BDSM shit to me, so I find that shit really attractive. The second possibility is that some guys enjoy the feeling of dominating a female character who will most likely literally do anything for them. Take the textbook example of Yuno. Now, if you guys have seen Mirai Nikki, Yuno pretty much does everything for Yukiteru. Like, anything at all. Literally, like, she can be violent, she will kill, she will pretty much do anything and everything to please Yukiteru. And there are some guys out there who enjoy being in that dominant position in the relationship and kind of the feeling of taming this beast that will do anything and everything for you if you just ask. The third possibility is more the opposite of the second one. It's the fact that the guy feels submissive and the girl, the yandere, feels dominant. There are some guys out there, usually serious masochists, who enjoy girls that take complete control of them, making the guy do everything for the yandere, and even going to the disturbing side of, you know, leaving their mark through sexual intercourse and physical abuse. Some people just like that shit, guys. And the fourth and final possibility, which I think is seen a lot more through anime characters, is that a lot of these yanderes, or in fact, if not all of these yandere characters seen in anime, have sad backstories. Now this usually relates to the yandere character being abused or having a terrible childhood that led them to this violent and protective nature of the people that they love. I mean, it's evidently seen in Mirai Nikki that Yuno grew up in a cage and was constantly abused by their parents, and same with Sonozaki Shion from Higurashi. Like, she was born in a very protective, very, you know, controlled environment where she was kind of trapped in this world that she couldn't do much around, and thus they grew up to be completely cray-cray. And when we see those backstories, that really make us sad and really empathize with those characters, we naturally grow this kind of affection towards them. And that doesn't just relate to yandere characters. Like, any anime character, regardless of what personality they did and or have at the current time, if they have a sad backstory, then you are going to feel affection and empathy towards that character. Now, of course, these are just possibilities. There are some people out there who probably looked at all four of those possibilities and went, nah, they don't apply. I like yandere characters because of this. And that's what really makes this question really interesting. So I want you guys to tell me in the comments below, do you find yandere girls, or if you're a girl yourself, do you find yandere guys attractive at all? And also tell me the reason why you find them attractive or not. If you do find them attractive, was it because of any of the possibilities that I laid out in this video, or is it completely different possibility? And if you don't like yandere characters, then tell me why. I want you to tell me all that kind of stuff in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, like, favorite, enjoy, subscribe for any event. I'll see you guys next video, whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Ciao!